So, with that being said, you can see we're holding up really well, and we might not back off at this point at all. And we're going in to this last 30 minutes. So, I'm going to buy it right now. I don't think it's going to back off much. All right. I just bought 13 halves. All right. And I'm going to put a stop at 075. So I bought 13 halves, stop at 075. That's 57,075. So I'm long at 13 halves. Okay. That volume keeps growing and you'll start to see the bars really get big. Now, sometimes they wait, like I said, to the last 10, 15 minutes really to have the buying coming in, and sometimes they start right away. But since we had so much price overlap here and they couldn't take them down, it's kind of a discretionary thing. I feel like I can get in now because we're not that far from the highs, and you'll probably get a run up. So we'll see. 08 to 09, is a pretty decent level. And once we got above it the second time, the market caught a nice bid, and I think you're going to see a rally into the close. All right. All right. Let's see if we get a little love. We take out the all-time highs, I'll bring my stop probably to break even. So we'll see. Right now, we're making a little bit. We're just about ready to test all-time highs. Along at 13 half. Meanwhile, you got a little push down in the VIX, which is good. It's kind of supporting our thoughts that we're going to rally into this close. Should have buy-in balances pretty decent. Our stop is currently at 5707.75. So the all-time high comes in at 1875. I think we'll take it out. We did take out our recent swing highs for the day. Meanwhile, this Dow is the stud muffin up 733 today. And the Russell up 75.80. What a rotational day. Wow. Now, keep an eye on the volume candles. You'll start to see them get wider if the volume's coming in. You can see we started on this candle to, get a little extreme, a little bit more volume, so it got a little thicker. And you can see on the down bar, you don't have that much volume, so usually what happens is the closer we get to the close, then the bigger the volume will expand. And if the volume's in the direction of the close of the trend, you'll get an idea if they're indeed buying into the close, which I believe you'll see some decent buying. So we still have a good amount of shares making new highs. You can see the little board lighting up blue. When the market has a solid trend and we're up this high, it's really hard for traders to buy, the highs because they're trained to sell rallies, buy dips, or buy wholesale, sell retail. But you can't do that with these last half an hour trades. They have to be hedged. They're not trying to time the market in a way they might be in a last half an hour. They have to hedge, but if they have to buy, it doesn't matter what they think about the market. They have to hedge their positions. So let's see. Now, there could also be profit taking. There's two sides of the coin, but often, something like this type of day, you'll see just an excessive amount that will come into the buy side. So I'm sticking to the plan. That's what you need to do. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. But you don't step up to the plate, you don't hit the ball. Now at 250, I joke around and I call, the fund that comes in at 250 every day, Mr. Bonker. Let me just throw a name on it. Because he comes in and he just hedges all his positions. Whoever that fund is, it seems like almost all of it gets hedged at that point. So it's usually a little bit of a sign that most of the other funds are in the same direction. These long and short funds, are all pretty much the same way. If they have buys in one fund, sure enough, they have buys in the others because it's all a retail traded product. Very emotional. But sometimes you'll see a fake out like this where they go down and you get that knee jerk type of trader that says, they're going the other way, and they get short because they don't want to believe that they're going to go for the highs, and the next thing you know, you got this huge move to the upside. It's just an unnatural thing. When we're on our highs, traders in general on the floor that I worked with, they would assume that they got to bring it back in and they got to come down, that it's too high. But it's actually the reverse most of the time. So let's see if we get some good volume coming in here. We got Mr. Bonker coming out at 250. Yeah, Mr. Bonker was a small buyer. So now you see what's going on. Now the market's starting to push its way back up. Got less than 10 minutes to go, right? And there's a good chance that they really blow them up above the all-time high of 1875. If you look at these orders here, when you see an excessive amount of red, that means they're aggressive buyers, an excessive amount of blue, they're aggressive sellers. But for the most part, you can see I filtered it above 9 contracts. So all I want to see is 9 and above. And you see all the red coming in? Those are all buy orders. They're, buying the offer. This is how we have it coded so that we can see if they're aggressive or not. All right. So what I'm going to do is if they blow them up above 1875, and they go for that 20 even level, hit some stops, we get filled, and we got a nice profit. So now we're long at 13.5. This is where you start to bring or lower your risk. Now I brought my stop up to 1175. So we're risking 9 ticks. And we're making just about 4 handles. And you can see down on the bottom, you get a little mixture of blue, but for the most part, it's mainly red. And you see the big orders that are coming in that are red. Now we get above 1875, they could blow them up, right? Now, in this particular moment, now that we have a nice profit, I'm bringing my stop up to 13.5, break even. So worst scenario, you break even, no harm now. Now, these volume candles, we got bigger range and more volume. So in the direction that our position's in, which is good, right? You want to see that. Now, 1875 is the all-time highs. We'll probably hit that, hit some stops. And if we get filled at 2050, we made 7 handles. There you go. Let's see if we hit some stops and they buy them up. You see the 1900s, 19 and a quarters, working 20 and a halves. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take my profit. All right. They got close enough. So we sold 1800s. We bought 13 halves. Now, hopefully, some of you caught it. All right, Scotty, Christian, Phil, I like it when you jump on board. Anyway, we're not here really we don't obviously manage anybody's money. We put out the trading idea and what we're doing or what I'm doing. And then if you guys want to follow, it's up to you. So now we've got 6 minutes to the close. I still want you to watch this because I don't think it's over. But in the room, I take the conservative play always. Now, sometimes I might get out too soon, but most of the time, the conservative play will, protect your assets.